sir.
Woo!
Good catch.
I'm like, nope, she's going down.
You felt it. So, what I want to do here is with that little shortening, see if we can bring your toe down just a little bit. Okay, try that for me. That little change
That made a difference. I
makes
felt
a
that.
huge difference. So what it was exactly that, and it's all just weight lines. When that weight gets behind the knee, it makes a bend. When it's in front of the knee, it's keeping it straight. And that kind of cooperates with your foot. So when your foot was still lifted up a little bit and then it came all the way flat, that weight got behind the knee and made a bend. So now what we did is we just pointed your foot down and it kept it still where it's pushing back. It's just the slightest little change. So why do I tell you all that stuff? You don't necessarily have to know the mechanics behind it. The difference is in this setup, we don't change anything. Level walking, you're fine. As you start walking downhill or a slight decline, you need to be aware that there's potential that that's going to hit you forward slightly, right? All those types of things. But when you're prepared for, you see people kind of go down the hill and
you
kind
can
of
see
ride
it's
it down a little bit.
You kind of see them just with the back of the heel instead of.
Exactly, because they're not going all the way through and letting that toe come down. It's just, we call it riding, either riding the knee, riding the hip, whatever you want to say. Kind of using those hydraulics to control some of that.
Yeah, I was like, wow, just a little bit,
Slight little change.
teeny, tiny,
Yep.
makes a big difference. Like it feels more like it's your, I mean.
There's such a fine line between, having it stable and safe for you, but also in a capacity where it's able to bend when you need it to. We don't want it so safe that it never bends, because then you're not using good mechanics, you're gonna get tired and everything like that. So it's having it in that space, but also where you can comfortably fire those muscles and have control over it. Just that little bit.
Woo. I can tell when I stop that but it's good. I can feel it.
And so what we can do is ride that stance resistance up a little bit higher. That's why they put these features in there. Okay, let's try that.
Good old German ingenuity. Hey, they brought us the Volkswagen, so.
They did.
And look how long that lasts.
Right? So what that did is just stiffen it up a little bit in the stance phase, or when your weight's down on it. I really like your swing phase setup right now. I think in comparison to where you were, it's much, much easier for that to swing through right now, and hopefully you don't have to feel like you're using as much exactly to really get that through. And admittedly, when you first take it, we set it up very safe, right? I don't want it flying.
Yeah, you don't need it to just all of a sudden go.
Yes, flying out in front of you. I want you to have it pretty tight, because initially you're just getting comfortable standing on it, building up some of that trust and acclimation. And we see all the videos. It takes a little time to get to that point, and you will. But it's just dialing some of this in, because we've got 3 or 4 different ways that we can fine tune it. Right? We can turn the bolts on the foot and the knee. We can play with the hydraulics of the knee. We can play with the hydraulics of the hip. We can do all of that. So it's just taking it as you progress, and
It's like it just takes time, but
it
I'm
does.
one of those people that
You're just ready to go.
I'm just too hard on myself.
You are. You're your own worst critic, and that's okay.
Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's a detriment.
Good job.
But yeah, you can doing that just makes you okay. This is here.
I
It's not
love,
going anywhere.
love that exercise for you. It really just kind of simplifies things a little bit, and the end result of it is the